I am not him. I am not Himothy. I wasn't born with those genes. But watch. You, and yeah, you're going to walk into the anniversary and watch who pull Beast Gohan in the first rotation. Or Super Gogeta, or sorry, Super Saiyan Gogeta in the first multi. And then if you do, the question becomes, how many more dupes should you go for? Should you save your stones for another character? Should you wait for another character to release? Or should you get more dupes of that specific character? I'm going to answer all those questions in this video, but first, I invited you to a very quick game show called Are You Smarter Than a Dokkan Tuber? I'm going to show you a question, show you possible answers, and then reveal the answer. If you get it wrong, that means you got caught lacking today. It means that you have to drop down, give me 5 push-ups, and since you got it wrong, and since you got caught lacking, you got to subscribe, and you got to like the video. It's very, very, very simple. But if you get it correctly, or if you get the answer correct, that didn't even come out correctly, but if you get the answer correct, that means you don't have to like the video, don't subscribe, just sit back, relax, grab some snacks like Corey would say, and just enjoy the video. If you want to see more of this, let me know. If this is too easy or too hard, let me know. Let me show you the question really quickly. The question is, which of these units can't stack attack infinitely? Again, which of these characters cannot stack attack infinitely? Just don't cheat. Just have fun with it, alright? Cool. Your possible answers are the free-to-play 6th anniversary Krillin and 18, the Int Garlic Jr. who released, I believe, alongside the 2021 AGL Kid Gohan Dokkan Fest. I know it was Kid Gohan, I just don't know. I think it was 2021 the year. We have STR Coolizia, or Cooliza, however you want to pronounce his name. And then we have the STR Super Saiyan Trunks, who dropped alongside, I believe, was 2021, the Saiyan Day Int Broly celebration. Which of these characters cannot stack attack infinitely? You have 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you guessed STR Trunks, you are correct. He can only stack defense infinitely. He can raise his attack, but he cannot stack it infinitely like these 3 other characters can. If you got that right, congratulations. If you got it wrong, you know what you got to do. I appreciate you for the love and support. Let's continue on with the video. And I'll mention and start off with this. Many characters in the game are very dupe dependent or get significantly stronger with dupes. Every character in the game, especially the first okay, let's just hold on. The first 2 dupes are the most important dupes. And by dupes, for those new players, whenever you pull duplicate copies of a character, when you go into the hidden potential system and fill out the bottom right and top left paths, those are the most important because you can unlock the ability to dodge, the ability to perform additional super attacks, or even to crit, right? Those are the most important paths. The first 2 dupes are the most important dupes. But there's some characters in the game who benefit from those more than other characters, and to give you a really quick example so you understand how this works, Tech Ultimate Gohan. Before EZA, Tech Ultimate Gohan still had the ability to greatly raise attack and defense on Super. When he came out, he was so OP because he could guard and greatly stack his defense. The only issue with Gohan is in order to make this really good, you want the ability to perform additional super attacks in your passive, an ability he did not have, which means Gohan would get supercharged, like super OP, if you got dupes with him and gave him full additional. Because the moment Tech Ultimate Gohan comes in and performs 2 super attacks per turn, he's just not getting touched for the rest of the event. And, you know, pause, you know what I'm saying? But you get the point, right? So even though he's great at 55%, and again, for those new players, 55% just means that you only have 1 copy of the character. And the reason why they call that 55% is because once you pull a character, get them to super attack 10 and fill out as much of the hidden potential as possible, the number percentage, the completion percentage of their hidden potential ends up being 55%. So anyways, at 55% or 1 copy of a character, Tech Ultimate Gohan was still very good. But dude, the moment he got additionals, he ended up being literally twice as valuable. The beautiful thing about these anniversary characters is that they can all stand firmly on all 10 toes. Does Piccolo have 10 toes? I don't know. But anyways, they all can stand firmly on their 10 toes without dupes. They're all extremely powerful without dupes. Look at Beast Gohan, for example. Beast Gohan in his kit has the ability to launch additional super attack, has the chance to crit right here, has the chance to crit right here, and to crit right here. So you can give Beast Gohan crits and Beast Gohan additionals, but he can already do that within his kit. So he doesn't really need dupes the same way other characters would, right? Broly, look at this. Once Broly transforms, he's a demon. Broly will launch his own super attack, and then an additional super attack here, and then an additional super attack there, and then an additional super attack right here. So you can still give him additionals and make him just that much more OP. But he doesn't need that. At 55%, he's still doing all of that. The Gammas, another great example. The Gammas have 12% chance to crit there, 30% chance to crit here, up to 2 additional super attacks per turn. So they can benefit from all of that, but they can already do that within their kit. So then the question becomes, who do you prioritize to get dupes with? And this is where knowing what you really want really becomes super important. So let's just say, right, I was free to play. I'm not free to play. Like I'm going to try to get at least one copy of all these characters. I might Rainbow Beast go on. I might Rainbow Broly. I don't really know. We'll see how all that works out. But the point I'm trying to make is, let's say I'm on a budget, right? How would I go about this? The first thing I would try to understand is, who do I really want the most? Me personally, I really love Broly, and I really love Beast Gohan. I like the Gammas, and I really like Gogeta. But if I was free to play, I would prioritize these two, because not only are they just the best characters in the game, but they're just the most fun looking to me. So that's me. The question is, who do you care about? If you care about the Gammas the most, then you care about the Gammas the most. You prioritize the Gammas. Ask yourself, who do you want? Who do you want the most? Who are you willing to sacrifice some Dragon Stones for? A lot of players have been saying in the comments, you know, how many dupes of Beast Gohan should I get? The question always starts with, again, who do you want the most? So if you only want Beast Gohan, you don't care about any other anniversary character, it's very simple. Dump all of your stones into Beast Gohan. That's it. It becomes that simple. But if you're someone who really wants Super Saiyan Gogeta or Blue Gogeta, and also really wants Beast Gohan, it becomes tricky, right? Because Super Saiyan Gogeta or Blue Gogeta, that art is so beautiful, man. Blue Gogeta comes in part 1, and Beast Gohan comes in part 2. So this is where budgeting, and when I say budgeting, I mean more so managing your stones, becomes really important. Because let's say there's so many ways to go about this, right? Let's say you only have 500 Dragon Stones. If you, let's say 600 to make it even, right? 600 stones. If you spend 300 on Gogeta and you don't get Gogeta, what do? Do you try your luck again at Gogeta, or do you try and wait for part 2? In that situation, what I would do is I would wait for part 2, because Beast is just the better character, right? You tried half of your luck on Gogeta. I think doing and trying your other half of your luck on Beast Gohan makes the most sense, right? In that specific scenario. But if part 1 happens and you get your copy of Gogeta right away in your first multi, I would just say finish the rotation, get your freebie multi out of it, and then hold on to that Gogeta, have fun with that Gogeta all day long, and wait for Beast Gohan to release. And it's vice versa. If you're waiting for let's say the first character, the first banner you want to summon on is Beast Gohan because he's just the best character in the game, then what you do is you wait until part 2, you summon for Beast Gohan, and the moment you get one copy, you ask yourself, okay, out of all the other banners that are currently out right now, who do I care about the most? Who do I really, really want? If the answer is no one, keep summoning on Beast. But if you want Broly second, then summon on Broly. What you, I think, really have to do is just create a list. And this is something that I've actually done in the past as well, and it really does work. You say, okay, Beast Gohan is my number 1 priority, Broly's number 2, Gogeta's number 3, and Gamma's number 4. That's my list of priority. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect, all right? So when I go into the banner, if I get Beast, who's next on my priority list? Broly. So now I summon for Broly. I pull Broly. Okay, who's next on my priority list? It's Gogeta. Okay, boom, I got Gogeta. Okay, and then it just go on like that, right? But if you're really honest with yourself and you say, look, I like all these anniversary characters. I don't really care for Gammas that much. I don't really care for Gogeta that much. I'm not saying I don't care, but I'm saying like in general, right? If you say to yourself, I don't care for Gogeta that much, I don't care about Broly that much, go for another copy of Beast. The worst case scenario is you don't get another copy, but at that point, who cares, right? You still got your one copy, and you didn't really give up much, because yes, while there is value for these, you know, other Dokkan Fest characters, if you don't care for them, you don't care for them. That's the beauty about Dokkan, right? You enjoy the game how you want to enjoy the game. You don't have to care about Broly because he's number 2 in the game. And I'm not saying he is number 2, I'm just saying in general, right? You don't have to care about Gogeta because he's one of the most popular fusions of all time. You don't have to care about these characters. You care about whatever you care about. So make that priority list for yourself. Let's say you say Broly's number 1 and Gogeta's number 2, and that's all you care about. So the first banner you summon on is Broly. And depending on how much you care about Broly compared to Gogeta, you just keep summoning for Broly. If you care about these two characters evenly, half your stones on Broly and half your stones on Gogeta. But if you get Broly right away, if you get Beast right away, if you get Gammas right away, if you get, you know, Gogeta in the first multi, I would just say finish up the rotation, get those discounts out of the way, get the freebie, if applicable, out of the way, and go for another character that you don't have. Or, and if you don't really want any other, if you don't care about any other character, then just go ahead and go for dupes. It really ultimately comes down to what you care about the most, what you want to prioritize the most, what you have most fun with in the game. There is really no right or wrong answer. It's how you enjoy the game and how you want to go about it. Who cares what your friends like? Who cares what people say is the best? Go for what you care about the most. Prioritize what you care about the most. Because I've done a few videos on my channel, no, specifically 2 videos on my channel, where I've done some simulation, and I might do one again right before the anniversary, but I've done it twice, where I've done all 4 of these banners to see how many stones it would take me to pull 1 copy of each. And it's been around 3,600, 3,500, 3,400 stones, the 2 times I've done it. So about 3,000 stones is what it's going to take, on average, right? I say on average, but that's not really a large enough sample size, because there was also another video where it took me 6,000 stones to pull 1 copy of Beast, right? So again, you can get really lucky, or you can also get terribly, terribly unlucky. But if you're summoning during part 1 for these 2 characters, you're already down half your stones. I would just say wait for Beast, dude. Like, because at that point, again, you can grind more stones as well throughout the course of the anniversary. But if you really care about Beast, but you can't wait until Beast releases, sure, someone on who you care about the most. But if you're already down half your stones and you don't have a copy of whoever you want, saving for Beast if you care about Beast, or saving for Gammas if you really care about Gammas, would of course, you know, be a really good, logical, and smart decision to make on your behalf. But of course, only you can make that decision, and only you can, like, I can't tell you to do that, right? Only you know what your priority looks like. So let me know what you think. Hopefully you enjoyed. Me personally, I mean, again, I just want all these characters. So I'm just going to summon on them regardless. And then, you know, I'll go from there. But not everyone has the ability to just summon on whatever banner they want and dump as many stones as possible into that. So I understand. That's why I make videos like this, because it's really hard to go for and really hard to choose who you want to go for, how many stones you should spend, how many stones you should prioritize. Just make a list of who you care about the most. And out of that list, ask yourself, okay, if I care about Broly and Beast the most, how much more do I care about Broly than I care about Beast? Or vice versa. Oh, I care about Broly, I care about Beast 90% more than I care about Broly, right? So you can basically say, okay, with that, I'll dump 90% of my stones into Beast Gohan, right? And 10% maybe into Broly. But if you get, you know, Beast right away, then you can go ahead and summon on Broly right away. But if you have 1,000 stones and you spend 900 on Beast, then you know what? I don't have Beast yet. Let me just spend my last 100 on Broly, if you want to do something like that, right? Split up your stones that way. I'll also mention that doing the discounts is always during the anniversary, always worth it. So when these banners come out with their discounts, even, like, let's say, even if you don't care about Gogeta that much, or you don't care about Gammas that much, I would just say, just to have the character in your box is still very valuable for you whenever you need a character on any of these categories that may end up, you know, let's say you need a challenge where you need a really good character on any of these categories. The Gammas are definitely going to, definitely immensely help you with that. So I would just say, which I should have said earlier, get discounts out of the way. Just get discounts out of the way if you can afford the discounts, right? Get them out of the way, and then start going for whoever you really want the most, because discounts are, of course, extremely valuable. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Merry Christmas and good night.